everybody, welcome back. Last session was a bit of a doozy. We started off with you all liberating the imprisoned Yuan-Ti that were being held captive at the Broodmother's home. They were able to inform you of a pretty dastardly ritual that was underway north of you all at the old village site where the Yuan-Ti had unearthed one of their ancient temples. You made it to the ritual site, to that ancient temple, and while you were observing, you saw that the ritual was near completion. Unfortunately, you all were unable to prevent the completion of this dark rite, and a terrible creature known only as the Anathema was unleashed upon the world. Luckily for the world, though, it was no match for all of you, and you were able to destroy it. Luckily, having destroyed its minions before it emerged from the portal that had been opened, you were all able to focus your attention on it and bring it down with the power of teamwork. But so after that had been taken care of, you all set to searching around and finding the relics of the ancient snake people, and decided to put them to good use, claiming them as your own. And that is where we left off, as you all are still in the ancient Yuan-Ti temple, and have just claimed all of those items. So, all right. So still at the temple, what would you all like to do?
I feel like we've searched this area well enough.
Yeah, because we found some cool weapons and stuff for everybody.
Yeah.
Anything going on in the village?
I know that the UNT and the Gripply that were back there had planned on trying to take out the rest of the evil.
We should probably head back to the Pond Mother's house and let them know that we put an end to the anathema.
And then anathema?
Yeah.
Y'all knew what I meant.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. So the old village is like abandoned, or no one's here?
Correct. The old village, there is no one left here. Just the dead Yuan-Ti.
Do we feel like we should take a rest before we head back?
Probably.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
Short, long?
Probably
Short.
just do a short.
Just in case they need some help
Okay.
retaking the rest of the village space.
Nathaniel was spending some time attaching some stuff to the Steel Defender to drag it along until such a point he actually can revive it.
All right.
Are you completely out of spell slots?
Yeah.
That was one hell of an adventuring day. No doubt about that.
That being said, being out of spell slots is not quite as debilitating for him as it is for some characters.
Right.
Absolutely.
I still have spell slots. I didn't do anything.
What?
Right, you got knocked out at the beginning of the fight.
Dude, I have superiority dice, everything. Like, we had a fight?
I had a fight.
Right.
Uskar's disgruntled, he missed the big one.
Yeah.
Imagine
I feel
Uskar
like I
just
let
like
everyone down.
coming out of it to seeing the anathema like dying and screeching, like, damn it!
Just like hit it with your axe a bit.
Catch some skin from it so you can make yourself a pair of boots.
You know, Uskar, we could make a little anathema puppet that you can fight.
Nah. That sounds a little creepy for Uskar.
It won't be magical.
I'll eventually be able to cast animate objects, and I could animate it for you, and it could really fight you.
He just kind of gives you a dirty look.
He'd probably fight it.
And then
sure he
fight
would.
you.
Fight the person concentrating.
Destroy the source.
So, short rest?
Yeah, all you can go ahead and take that short rest.
That's all, and I didn't even get full health, dang.
Yeah, there's really not much I can do on said short rest at the moment.
I got everything back.
Fighters be fighting.
Fighters doing fighter things. I just didn't really roll well on my hit die.
Yeah.
I'm missing 9 more hit points. Funny though, me at missing 9 hit points is probably more than almost everybody else.
Probably.
I had lost 20 total in the fight.
It was down from 58 to 11.
Lots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd gotten lucky.
The problem was that I was up front, so it would walk by me and just kind of smack me.
Yep. Okay, so short rest complete. Back to Pond Mother's home.
Yar.
Yee. Yee.
Okay. So, takes you all about that same half an hour to make your way down through the river and over towards the main village area. Once you break away from the tree lines and can get a good look at the village proper, the scene is a very different one that you all are seeing. You see Gripply wandering around, armed now, their spears out. A lot more of them have returned, and a few of them are leading the Yuan Ti that you've come to know as the invaders of this place, leading them to prison cells and whatnot, hastily constructed cages. The Gripply have obviously retaken control of this place, and as you all are kind of taking all of this in, seeing that the Gripply have regained control, you hear a very familiar voice say, "Aye! You did it!" And you all see Pickles. He has his sword out and up, and he's waves you down. He's walking alongside the Pond Mother, and he runs up to you all. He says, "I was getting worried about you guys. You took so long. Are you okay? Did you did it? You're alive."
Used your help. Where were you?
I was watching the boat, like I said I was going to do, but my senses said that you all could use my help, and so I got off. I tethered just outside the crab maze, made it over here. Those crabs are fucking mean, by the way, but made it over here. And by the time I got here, the little frog people were already going about doing their celebrating and saying you guys won and that you were up at the temple and they were just waiting for you to come back, and you did it.
They could tell we killed the anathema, or were they just celebrating?
Or is he just assuming?
Yeah.
I think they just assumed, since you went up there and none of the bad guys came back, and
No vicious evil snake.
no vicious evil snake things, and all the people here are free and walking around.
Ugh.
Do do do.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
So with that, the Pond Mother comes up besides Pickles, and in that deep resonating primordial speech, once more asks, "So it is finished then? You've put a stop to what they were doing up there?"
Uskar just nods at her.
We didn't stop it completely, but we cleaned up what was left after.
The village is no longer in danger then?
I believe it is safe again, yes.
There are two magical items that the Yonti that were trying to resurrect that evil creature were using as part of said ritual?
So with that, one of the good Yuan-Ti, one of the ones that were being held prisoner, approaches, and she would say that you all are welcome to keep whatever you found there. The relics of that temple are relics of an age that her people would much rather have be forgotten. So you are welcome to keep anything you found there.
I was going to say the items that's actually where I was going to go with it. I would prefer to have them under firmer lock and key than something being able to try to redo this, inflicting more horror on people.
Absolutely. And she says that she could think of no better stewards than the heroes of Candlekeep.
The heroes of Candlekeep?
That's what she called you.
Is that's what they're calling us now?
Interesting.
I like
Never
the
been
ring
a
of it.
hero.
Uskar just sees everyone getting excited at that term, just rolls his eyes.
Come on, Uskar, live a little.
I am no hero.
A bunch of little frog people are like dancing around Uskar's feet.
Amy says you're my hero.
Oh
No, no. A small human's about to get punted. I can feel it. I can feel it coming.
Uskar lines up just to like kick her right in the face, and then just decides to walk away. He wants nothing to do or to be near Amy.
Oh.
Aw.
Does someone need a timeout?
Amy's creepy.
Now, Amy is our teammate, Uskar. Can you say that with me? Teammate?
Creepy. Yeah. Creepy.
Okay, we'll work on this. We'll have some, team bonding exercises back at Candlekeep.
You just see him shake his head and walk away.
Okay, you can walk away now.
I resume my normal shape.
But you won't be able to walk away from your...
Amy won't suggest that when we get back to Candlekeep that we play Red Rover.
Yeah, Uskar will play Red Rover and run straight into her like a linebacker.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she cheats.
Uskar's like, keep that devil child away from me.
Put that thing back there and confirm with the puppy.
Okay, so after this whole thing goes down, the Pond Mother turns towards you and in that deep primordial voice says, "Thanks are in order." And she holds up a finger one moment, and then she turns around and holds her arms up, and in a very deep, resounding croak, obviously speaking her native language, Gripply, she lets out just one long, deep tone. And when she's done, the entire village erupts into cheers and laughter. Streamers start coming out from the various crab huts in the various Gripply villages, and they start running them from house to house, decorating everything. Within 10 minutes, the entire village is up in a festival, and everyone is cheering and clapping. You all have many Gripply surrounding you and thanking you. You have some Gripply carrying their eggs with them and profusely thanking you for protecting the brood pools and protecting their babies, so on and so forth. And it is an all-around massive air of celebration. Most of the fare is, as expected, crab, prepared in various varieties, some of it even cooked. And yeah. Alright, so after maybe an hour or two of festivities, they are insisting that you all partake, indulging you all with various types of drinks. They have brought back many things from the trading post to the south. Those Gripply that were refugees, they're slowly returning back to the village as the festival goes on. And as we're about an hour or two into the proceedings, the Pond Mother would seek you each out and say that she's sure you don't have all day for festivaling, but there is something that would mean very much to her and her people if you all would become honorary members of her tribe. It's a very simple ritual, very simple, and she promises you all will appreciate the gifts that will be given to you.
Oh, we'd be honored, Miss Pod Mother.
Scar's in the back just grumbling like,
oh, come on.
He does not like the sound of this at all.
What does this ritual entail? I'm sure it doesn't entail sacrifice or anything of the sort.
Magic.
She assures it's nothing at all. And the Pond Mother would say, in ancient magic, no one will be casting a spell on you or anything like that. She's kind of making fun of you a little bit, Uskar. Things like that. She says, like, no one's gonna be casting a spell on you. It's just the ancient magics of the land. Nothing to be concerned about. The gifts are never... They're all very symbolic. She says the nature spirits of the village bestow minor gifts upon those that that perform the ritual. So she says nothing major. She says the most extreme thing she's ever seen is somebody come out with slightly webbed feet and being able to swim a little better.
He crosses his arm and harumphs.
Harumphs.
That okay. Slightly webbed feet. Hopefully moist skin doesn't become something we get out of it. Is there... Go ahead, Hank.
Well, the only thing we could do is see what it entails and find out.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay. So, when you all are ready, she says to gather at the Pond Mother's home, and she will begin the ritual whenever you all are ready.
Uskar just grabs a glass of ale and finds some guy smoking a cigar, takes it out of his mouth and smokes it.
The Gripply ribbits disapprovingly.
He just shrugs and keeps headed towards the Pond Mother's home.
Oh my god. Well, I guess we'll be ready as ever.
Friend.
Yeah. Well, he'll have something else to fight later. And then he'll forget how grumpy he is.
Alright, so when you all gather back at the Pond Mother's home, there's about 15 or 20 Gripply there. A few of them look like commoners, others look like village shamans, and of course the Pond Mother is there. And they give you all these these swamp flower lays to put on. They're just placing them on for you. Those of you that are taller, the Gripply kind of reaches up like, kneel, damn it, and just to put it on you. But once each of you has one of those, Uskar, if you try to avoid them or anything like that, they will eventually get one onto you by sneaky means if they need to.
I just assumed that they snuck up on Uskar without even giving him a second chance to refuse, and like 3 of them maul him and get it on him.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like 3 of them just like corner you with these lays.
Mm-hmm. And instead of 1, he's got like 6 of them.
See, in my head, they were just like tossing him like ring toss at a fair or something.
Whatever ways. Go ahead.
Alistair will ensure that his current appearance matches his actual form in exact size and shape so that there's no confusion.
Like a lay floating like 12 inches above Amy's head or something.
Right, or trying to put it on Amy's head and hitting me in the chest.
It disappearing into like nowhere because you look bigger than you are.
It just vanishes beneath like the giant orc.
Yep.
Okay. So after all that is said and done, the Pond Mother stands. She goes and she walks into the pool, go ahead and get you all a visual of. I archived it already.
Womp womp.
It's easy enough to get back. I just gotta clean up the corpses. Oh
And
no,
he did
Adso is among those corpses. Adso, why do you have no HP?
Huh? I have HP.
He was down to 0. He was down to 0 at one point in that
This-
battle.
the
I
same-
remember this. Oh.
The APIs must be busted.
That's how they got me out of being stunned.
One of my favorite words.
Bum.
Harumph.
Harum.
It is a good one.
So the
your
music on
HP
Roll.
isn't fixing.
So the Ewoks are legit dancing pretty well in time to the music on Roll20.
Yeah.
Are they?
Nice.
Oh, they are.
Oh no, I have to see this now. Oh no! That's awesome. Okay. All right, everybody. So the Pond Mother begins speaking in Gripply. The words are lost to you all, but she continues her chant, and after a while, her arms outstretched, you can see the pool take on this very mild green glow, as if it's just become mildly bioluminescent. And she stops chanting in Gripply for a moment, and gestures towards all of you, and then gestures towards the water.
Do we drink or just stand in there? Yes, we're standing.
I'm assuming stand in it.
Come on. Come on, Uskar. Come
He's
on.
in it. He's in it.
Uskar, she
Okay.
kind of gestures for you to come further into the pool.
He goes like inches further.
Oh my god.
A few Gripply get behind you and just start gently nudging you further in.
He's like, all right, and then he just crosses his arms like, this is as far as I go.
You did it, Uskar. You
The
got
three
in the
Gripply look
water.
quite pleased with themselves.
You gotta have the one grump.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So,
Nathaniel is going to assume Uskar's reluctance is because he's not sure how deep it is.
No, it's
So
the whole
that's why he waited
ceremony
out
and
further
everything.
So he waited out further so it could be all. It's okay, Uskar. Look, it only comes up to, I guess my waist. I don't
it's up to your waist, right? It would be all the way up to Uskar's chin if you went in that far.
Alistair just sits down and relaxes with his head just above the water.
Nice.
Uskar's gonna stay right where he's at.
So, the Pond Mother has her arms outstretched, and she begins speaking, and as she does, you can hear the Gripply language resonating throughout, completely foreign to you all. And then she looks towards Alistair and gives a nod, approving, and kneels into the water, just like Alistair was. And then she looks expectantly towards everyone else.
I
kneel.
Follow her lead.
Right? It's probably a good thing Uskar didn't go that far in, because if he kneeled at where Nathaniel's at, he'd be completely underwater. Uskar, the Gripply behind you are giving you, like, nods and like, go ahead, you can do it.
He's still standing for a little bit.
They continue
And
to
then
just, like, egg you on. A bunch of the children are behind you, like, clapping and jumping.
All you hear is just inaudible grumbling, probably a couple curses, as he goes down to a knee.
Is that enough?
That's all they're getting.
The Pond Mother gives a little bit of a approving, but okay, that's fine, kind of mother matronly look, and continues chanting. Now, as she's chanting, you can feel just this vitality rushing into you from the water. And the first thing that you all get is that everybody gets the benefits of a long rest.
Wow.
So she is chanting, and as the chant goes on, you can feel this revitalizing energy going into you. And she's speaking in her native tongue in Gripply, this strange foreign language that, as far as you all know, is entirely unique to this one tribe. And as she is speaking, you all find that as she continues, you can slowly begin to understand the words. Until a few moments later, she is reciting this plea to the nature gods to bestow blessings upon all of you, to bestow their power and their rejuvenation upon you all. And eventually you get the sensation that you get the idea that you understand this language in its entirety, as if you were speaking it from the day you were born. Each of you can add Gripply to your languages known.
Oh.
Ooh.
And as this continues on, the chanting stops. She begins slowing down the cadence of her chant until it fades away. And then finally, a few moments later, she rises up and out of the water. But as the rest of you go to rise and follow her example, Uskar, you look down at the water, and it's almost like a mask is staring back up at you. And as you look back at it, the face looks very familiar. It is that same, it's the eyes that give it away. It's that same almost goat-like face of that nature spirit that's been following you around, just poking up just a tiny little bit up and out of the water. Looking back
shudders.
at you, it blinks at you, kind of cocks its head to the side curiously like it has the last few times it's seen you. It then rises up and... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Uskar stands and backs up a little.
It then stands up to its full height, and all of you can see this now. This massive, it's got to stand, it's almost, it's, as it rises up, it keeps rising and rising, its full height, completely buried beneath the water. Unknown how such an immense figure could have been hiding in such shallow water, but it rises to its full height of almost 15 feet, towering over Uskar. It leans forward until its two forelegs land directly behind Uskar, its head seeming to relocate on its body so that it still continues to stare right down at Uskar, staring at him.
Uskar's just giving everyone a look like, this is why I didn't want to get in the water.
And then it leans down, and the Pond Mother's eyes are just wide. She looks just in awe. The rest of the Gripply have fallen to their knees and are bowing to this creature. And you hear them all beginning this chant of gratefulness, as if they are in awe to be in this creature's presence. And it leans down over Uskar and sniffs again. Uskar, it raises one long, elongated finger, on one of its long arms, and it's almost like it's made of moss and bits of tendril of branches interwoven across each other, and it just reaches up and pokes you once in the chest and kind of looks at you curious.
Uskar's gonna snarl.
It nods and then pokes you again.
Uskar's hand slowly goes to the hilt of his sword.
As soon as you start to do that, Uskar, it reaches back and basically punches you straight in the chest, but instead of an impact, the fist disappears inside of you for a moment. Ooh. And you all look around, and you can see this creature has just reached inside of Uskar. And Uskar, you feel this warmth suddenly, explosively, and it nods one last time as it withdraws its hand back. And it gives this nod, and suddenly vines begin to sprout all around Uskar, rising up, kind of waving around, almost in a celebration as the creature rises back up to its full height and gives a very satisfied nod before bursting once more into that green mist and floating up through the hole in the ceiling.
Scar's trying to get out of the pond now.
Uskar, the Gripply are like surrounding you, and now that you know their language, they're saying congratulations, congratulations. Wow. And they're just like they seem like something of immense importance has just happened. Uskar, you now have a level in Druid.
Uskar realizes that something magical is happening to him, and he's mad. What is this? What did that evil creature do to me?
The Pond Mother would
Like,
yeah, go ahead.
I would say it looked like it gave you a blessing.
Magic's not a blessing.
The Pond Mother would approach and say that the spirit of these woods does not give blessings. It awakens things that were already there.
Now Uskar's like, great, now I'm gonna lose my mind too.
Lose your mind? Why would you lose your mind?
And Uskar's gonna go into his backstory. You guys. So Uskar's gonna explain here that the reason he hates magic so much is because his brother got so enthralled with it that he lost his mind and it just took over his life, but not for the good, but for the bad. And that's why he's always assumed magic's just bad, and that's why he hates it, because it destroyed, well, not destroyed his brother. His brother's still alive, and he's searching for him, but his brother's an evil asshole.
Oh.
So he hates magic, so he assumes now that he's got magic, he's just going to be evil like his brother.
I thought you had amnesia.
What?
For a couple of weeks, not full life amnesia.
Oh, okay.
The amnesia was just something happened, and like basically like he was almost not a drunk bender, but like one like where you get drunk so much that you can't remember what happened for. But this was for like a week and a half that he can't remember. He doesn't know how he got to Candlekeep, but he remembers what he was doing prior to that.
Your classic nowhere detective.
Yeah.
Bender.
Noir?
No, I always say
Noir.
noir. Yeah, noir. Thank you.
So.
Like
I
how
was
you
good.
pronounce Noye.
No, yeah.
Your brother, was he an arcane caster?
He isn't really sure. He just calls it the dark arts.
Uskar didn't interact with his brother enough while he was in that life to really know the nature of the spellcasting. Is that right, Uskar?
Yes. He just knows that this was his family's deep dark secret, and that's why he hated magic so much.
Well, now you are magical.
And evil in Uskar's eyes.
The
No.
Pond Mother would see the distress, and I mean, for what it's worth, she would do her best to assure you that the spirit that has come to visit you is anything but evil. She would go about it in like that kind of way and try to tell you about all the good that it's done for her village and other forests and other places like this throughout the Sword Coast. She's trying her best to console you. Clear that it's probably not working too well, but
Scar also has this innate thing. Now he has to take off his armor and drop his shield. So that happens too. You just see him stripping, because his armor's metal, his shield's metal. You see him just stripping his armor. Like, he just doesn't know why, but he has to take this metal armor off.
Uh-oh. Whoopsie doopsie.
on that note, everyone can go and level up to 7.
Yay.
Man, I wanted...
When Uskar stops stripping, because at least he kept the clothing on.
Man, I wanted Ace to be here, because she was going to freak out.
Yeah, it's a bummer not everyone could be here for that moment, but that's the great thing about recordings, right? Everyone will get to see that happen.
I was looking forward to her reaction.
So, Uskar, if you would like, next time we have some downtime, Alistair could possibly try to help you remember your lost time.
Sure, I actually don't have anything written for it.
Make it up as you go.
Yeah.
Because I could use a combination of detect thoughts, suggestion, and my disguise self capability, my mask of many faces, to.
So, yeah. So what's funny is when you guys all leveled up to level 6, you guys were talking about what you did. I didn't tell anyone what I did at level 6 because I didn't have the wisdom to do this. So I had to like take resilience at level 6 to get that plus whatever it is that gives you the
Resilient
save.
Wisdom.
Yeah, so I took that, so now I have that saving throw and wisdom and a +1 to wisdom to get to that 13. So I'm like, I can't ruin this because the whole time I only had a 12 wisdom until level 6. So this has been going on though since like the second or third session. I was so
Wow.
yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, because 6th level fighter gets another ASI.
Yeah.
But you could have just taken, 2 points of wisdom if you wanted to, but
I wanted this with all the stuff that hits us with that's a wisdom saving throw. It's
oh
just
yeah,
2 birds, 1 stone.
Big 3.
absolutely.
So now I have
Dex,
3
con,
saving
wisdom.
throws. So I have strength, con, and wisdom are my saving throws. So
You got 2 of the big 3.
he's a fat dwarf. He's not going to be dexterous. All right.
So yeah, everybody, this celebration continues on long into the night. The following morning, it does not show any signs of letting up. Pickles is passed out on top of a crab hut somewhere. But yeah, he can be roused to return you to Candlekeep whenever you all are ready. Is there anything else you all would like to do in the Gripply Village before taking back out to the sea?
Oh, not that I can think of.
Yeah, I'm just getting my new spell set up. I'd done it on a copy of my character sheet, but unfortunately you can't just go snap and bring that out all over. But I have 4th level spells now.
Nice.
Yep. They're always great. Guess who's taking polymorph?
Polymorph! And living in a library, you have access to like visual representations of like every animal ever.
Oh, true. So we're gonna have an Uskarsaurus at some point.
Uskarsaurus.
Yeah,
All right,
when we
everybody.
get to
So as
Candlekeep, I
you
guess.
take back to the sea, what's everyone doing with their level up? Anybody doing anything interesting? We got 4th level spells. We got polymorph. Uskar's a druid now.
These
Yeah.
guys are druid now. So
Trying
I
to
get
figure
a
out what
new
spells.
eldritch. I get a new eldritch invocation. So I am going to up my cheese grater game. I took Grasp of Hadar. So
I get.
now on
I get.
my first Eldritch Blast, I can move somebody 10 feet away from me, 10 feet toward me, and 5 feet any direction. So if spike growth is up, that's 25 feet of force movement. Boom. And then for 4th level spells, I have Banishment, Dimension Door, and Sickening Radiance.
Cool.
So
Should I take greater invisibility as well?
It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Greater Invis is a hell of a spell.
Watching
Yeah, I
some of the
consider
shit
taking it.
that watching some of the shit that what's his face used to do with it. Primal savagery, what is that?
I just get possibly the most useful tool in the Artificer Toolkit.
Which is
Feature Flash of Genius.
Flash of Genius. Yeah.
Oh.
Flash is big deal. Flash is big deal indeed.
A +4 for myself or any creature within 30 feet of me. Ability check or saving throw. Which I can use 4 times per day at the moment.
Nice. Yeah, Flash is really good.
Oh, and the best thing about having 4th level spell slots, now when I summon Toot Toot, he has extra attack.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So many concentration spells.
Luckily, with a druid, it doesn't like the only things you can't have is shields and armor can't be metal. Your weapon can be.
Right.
So I don't have to get a new weapon. So I don't need Shillelagh.
I was gonna say, if it had said that you had to use it, I'd have tossed you the Serpent's Fang thing, because it's made out of a serpent tube.
I don't know what to take. I had this all planned out. Now I can't find where I had everything written down and what spells I was gonna take. I thought I sent it to the DM when we were talking about this, and I didn't.
Did you not?
I thought I told you what spells and everything. Like I thought I had everything written out to you, and I guess I didn't.
Like on the document you sent me?
No, oh, is it in the document?
You got pretty detailed in the document. Let me see what I got here.
I'm opening it up right now. Yeah, I didn't say what spells I was gonna take. No worries.
And let me go in here just to try to at least make sure the stuff are the same on the 20 character sheet. Just took average should not be a problem.
Let's play you cousin.
Okay, so once you all are able to rouse Pickles from his drunken stupor,
Do we trust him to drive?
he does admit that he could use a few hours.
Yeah, let's have him sober up for a bit.
So he would say that as he gets to the ship, he's just like,
sit cat on his ship.
yeah, I can do this. I've been on much farther than, and just falls over the ship railing and into the boat. Like, I should probably lay down for a while, and just falls
Yeah,
asleep on the deck of his boat.
Nathaniel, do you have
He's fine.
Lesser Restoration?
Yes, I do.
So does Brayla.
I think our furry friend here could use a pick me up.
He slowly, you see like the color return to his underskin, and his whiskers twitch and opens his eyes. Ah, damn it! I worked hard for that, drunk.
I'll buy
Sits
you
up.
We
a
can
bottle
go back
when
to
we get back to Candlekeep.
Gives you like the up into the right head tilt, like you will.
and we promise we'll take a trip to the boat bar at some point.
I do like the boat bar. Okay, forgiven. And then he starts getting his ship together.
Hey! Hey, Pickles. Question. Why don't you turn this ship into a boat bar?
His eyes just go wide. Starts looking around the boat.
You know, yeah, we could have like the main
It's
bar
not
could be
nearly
here.
big.
We could have Jade.
It's not nearly as big as the Low Lantern.
But yeah, but you know, it could just be like a small private affair type deal. You know, small staff, small
Perhaps
bar. But
we hijack the Low Lantern.
oh,
I can see it now. The Estrombre too.
I don't think the Low Lantern is seaworthy anymore.
Well, no one's ever tested it out. Maybe it is. And you know, maybe with enough magic from Candlekeep, we can make it.
How many mending cap trips would it take to float the lowland?
How many wizards does it take to float a boat?
Yes. All I need to do is convince the Railra. Shouldn't be too difficult. She loves me. I'm her favorite.
Yeah, you definitely
Yes, it's quite
are.
obvious that you are.
Like, there's no way she'd refuse.
That settles it then. I shall approach the Railra, and
Yeah.
I shall present to her the foolproof, completely logical, no reason to deny that I become the new captain of the Low Lantern and sail into the high seas where we will all drink and boat to our heart's desires.
Yes.
Yes.
But after we return to Candlekeep.
Right. Of course, I'll drop you off right now. Let's go.
I love where
What have we done?
Sow the seeds of chaos.
So the next few days of travel, you see Pickles wandering around the boat with a journal out. He's like drawing little sections of his boat. They're all wildly out of proportion. Like he said, like he marks off where he's gonna put the keg. It's like the size of the mast, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's how the next day or two of travel south of the Cloak of Wood goes for you all. Pickles just chewing your ear off about how he's gonna turn this section into the bar, and how this section completely already forgotten the idea of trying to steal a Railer's boat and back onto making this boat into a bar.
While
Okay,
he's
why not make the? I was gonna say, why not make the mast a giant keg in and of itself?
His eyes go wide again before he starts scribbling in his notebook.
Yep. Okay.
Well, we're on the sea though. Uskar's still working on that water vehicle, so he's gonna be watching whoever's driving the boat and learning how to drive the boat more.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and make an intelligence check, Uskar.
Oh,
Nice. Okay. So does not yield any results on this trip, but you are still a little bit closer. Everybody. So after a few days, you do all arrive back at the northern docks of Candlekeep. It only takes about a day and a half journey to get there. But disembarking from the docks, Pickle's kind of looking around nervously to make sure to see if anyone sees him coming. And this time Sprig is waiting for you on the docks once more. And she, as you all pull up, Pickles notices her, and she just waves at Pickles, and he's like, ah, and dives behind the helm, trying to hide from her. And Sprig's just like, why the fuck is he hiding from him? Whatever. But apparently Pickles has done nothing wrong this time, but Pickles does not know that.
No, it's just reactions. He's used to being in trouble.
But as you all dock, and dock hands helping get the boat all tied off and situated, Sprig approaches and says, "Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We'd heard that you'd been rerouted after your pleasant stay at the House of the Restful Lily. Was it a pleasant stay? I heard you all ran into a little bit of trouble there."
you just see Uskar just pissed off.
It's like, "Oh, you have a flower in your hair," and she just like reaches up and plucks a flower out of your beard. Uskar immediately regrows.
Wow.
Let's just say.
Start just trying to
we had
grab it. He grabbed one after another. They just keep on growing. He's getting madder and madder.
They change hues as you pull them, getting redder and redder.
He looks at Sprig. He's like, "I need new armor."
Sure, yeah, we can get that worked out for you. Yes, we can.
It's been an eventful few days.
She holds her bag up to you, Uskar.
Holds her back up to me.
Her bag, her
Bag.
cookie bag.
Of
Oh.
cookies.
Yeah, cookies.
He's pissed off. He wants sweets. He takes like 4 of them.
She nods approvingly.
So, yes, we had to deal with something rather ugly at the Restful Lily.
Oh, that's an
How
odd
many
place
days
to run
were
into
we
something
on-
ugly.
On the sea, sorry.
So all in all, you all spent 2 days at the Restful Lily, a third to get to Silvery Moon, then 2 more on the boat to get to Baldur's Gate, to get from Baldur's Gate to the Gripply Village. So you all have been gone for 7 days.
I mean, from the Gripply's village to here.
Oh, just a day and a half.
Oh, so we had 1 more long rest, so I get a couple
So
more
she hit that-
my hit dice back. That's what I was asking.
Okay. Yeah, Sprig comments on how odd it must be to have run into something ugly at the house of the Restful Lily. It's such a beautiful place.
Hags. It was
And
just
I
hags.
give her a physical demonstration of each of their appearances.
She shrieks and jumps behind Uskar.
These,
But they're dead now.
Yes, those creatures have been dispatched, and their stain no longer soils such a holy place.
And
Releve also elected to stay behind.
Yes, we had heard that one of your number did not leave the Restful Lily, and you've picked up another traveler, someone else that wished entry into the halls. Speaking of which, a few avowed approach, and they approach Brayla and say that they'd be happy to welcome her into the library, but they need to ask her some questions, just generally vet her, basically. So that's where Brayla will be during all of this. I imagine Rigel, people would recognize him as he came back, but know that he's been through some things. A few of the more learned avowed might recognize more of what happened to him, but for now, we're going to say that Rigel goes back to the extra-dimensional mansion and is going to head to his room for now.
that's good.
Be
Yeah.
broody and edgy.
Yeah, broody and
And
edgy.
teenager.
Gonna paint his walls black with one red accent wall.
Oh, yeah.
Totally not something I did when I was a teenager. Totally not. All right.
We will let Sprig know that Silvari has been restored to her position at the Restful Lily.
So Silvari didn't just leave on a pilgrimage. She was there the whole time?
She had been transformed by the hags.
Oh no. That's so strange. So many of our colleagues have been to the Restful Lily over the past few years. Those hags must have had that place. Go ahead.
They seemed to target anybody with an abundance of self-doubt for special treatment, but otherwise tried to run the place as it had been run.
Very well, I guess it is most fortunate that you all managed to find your way there when you did.
Most fortunate.
Didn't feel that fortunate right at the time, though.
Yes, and our dear friend Rigel probably doesn't feel
Oh.
very fortunate.
Yeah, something happened to him, and now he's different.
It did look different.
A bit edgier,
Dark.
less happy.
It's just a phase, probably.
Oh no!
He's gone into emo teenager phase.
Yeah. He'll grow up.
It's not a phase, ma'am. Oh no. I've been on
Not
TikTok
a
too fucking much.
phase, Mom.
I have made it into fringe yeehaw emo jokes.
Oh.
It's not a phase,
What is
man.
yeehaw, emo?
There's just like a fringe side of TikTok that covers like all of the emo anthems as country ballads.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. I'm not proud of where I am, but here we are.
Is anyone proud of who they are and where they are going?
Right. So, as you all are explaining this, Sprig's like, well, you all sort of been through a lot. You just missed a great celebration. The Fastidious Five had made it back, and they were here for an entire, 3 or 4 days. Most of them left, though. There's only a couple of them still here.
I'm so sad that we had to miss it.
Right? They're
Because
so
we
great,
love
and she
the
starts...
Fastidious Five. Don't we, guys?
Oh yes,
So...
they're my heroes.
Well, they've heard about you guys. They said that whenever you wanted a drink, they're over at the hearth. Like I said, there's only a couple of them. There's only a couple of them here. Andrea and Clotis. The rest of them are out on personal business.
So they are separated, you say?
So we just have 2 of the fastidious.
That's right.
That's so.
Andrea and
Where
Clotis.
Where did Usko, Uskar and Nathaniel go? Y'all here? Shall we
Give them a
go
visit?
lift a glass and
Sure,
reach-
It will be fun. Definitely.
Uthgar's headed to the outfitters first.
Okay.
Uthgar
right,
needs to get his
everyone.
armor back and swap out his sword of vengeance for a battle axe.
Uskar, there are druids aplenty here at Candlekeep. The outfitters are more than capable of getting you set up. Within 3 days, they can have you fully outfitted in whatever arms and armor that you require.
Because I need to replace my splint with not metal splint. And a big old wooden shield.
Absolutely.
And then change that sword of vengeance. I want to get it to a +1 battle axe instead.
All right. All right, everybody. So, as you make your way back into Candlekeep, Sprig would be leading you in, and as you all mentioned going to see the 2 members of the Fastidious Five that are here, her eyes would go wide. She's like, oh, my cake! I forgot! I have to get my cake! Clotis asked for it! Oh my god! And she starts rushing off, just talking about this cake for Clotis.
Bye then.
All right, everybody. So we'll go ahead and take our break now. When we come back, we will have some time here in Candlekeep.